Some of you might think I'm crazy after this video, but what I'm about to show you genuinely tripled my productivity. And I went from doing like 3 hours max of deep focused work to getting like 10 plus focused hours, flow state work hours a day. Absolutely insane. But first, let me explain to you why. Like this is so important. If you're trying to make money, trying to grow a business, this is so essential. So I want you to imagine that me and you have a t-shirt printing business, okay? In your business, you have this old printing machine. It's just rusty. You don't take care of it. You don't give it the things that it needs, and it can only do like one shirt a day, pretty much. And then I have a printing machine that I take super good care of. I give it all the maintenance it's required. I, give it all the things it needs to turbocharge its production, and mine can make 10 shirts a day. Well, at the end of a year, you would have 365 shirts made, of course, while I would have 3,650. And so this is how real life works. People like me, and I don't say this to brag. I want you guys to understand how important it is and to try to help you. But like I'm working 10 plus hours of deep work a day. So if you're only getting one, I'm literally accomplishing 10 days of your work in one day. And you can see how crazy, like over a year that is. 3,650 hours of deep work a year for me versus you only getting 365. So it would take you a decade to get to my level if you were going to continue working 1 hour a day. What I'm about to show you will change all of that. And I know that because it changed it completely for me. Another example is like think about trying to play video games on those old crusty Chromebooks from school, or maybe those old nasty computer lab computers. Like the games are unplayable. And that's how you're playing in real life because your brain, your computer is so dusty and so fricked up that you can't even operate. You can't start a business. You can't do the things that you want. Versus if you had a brand new MacBook, you'd be able to do all kinds of games, do whatever you want to on it. That's what I'm going to teach you is how to fix your brain, how to fix your computer that's operating in the world, in this game of real life. So there are two keys that I found that actually work, that supercharge my brain, allow me to get 10 plus hours of productivity every single day. So the first key, the first step is you have to decrease inflammation. You see, when your brain gets inflamed, you get brain fog, you get tired. It's hard to operate. It's hard for you to think through complex things. You just don't have clarity. So we have to decrease inflammation. And so here are the things that you can do today to start doing that. And the first is inflammation should come directly from your diet. So if you want to fix inflammation, you need to first work on your diet. So one of the things you can do is get rid of all seed oils, have no chemical juices, no artificial sweeteners, no white monsters. Guys, I drank white monsters for years and it almost killed me. So nothing, none of that. Get rid of wheat, get rid of gluten, and get rid of very starchy vegetables. These things can all make you inflamed. Also some nuts. So when you get rid of these bad things, your brain will start to clear that inflammation out and you won't be so inflamed. And you know this to be true. Think about when you just binge and have a ton of sugar and a bunch of carbs, like maybe on like a holiday or something, and you go to bed, you wake up that next day and you're fricked. Like you don't want to do anything. It's almost like you're hungover from food. And some of you have never experienced what it's like to actually not have inflammation. It's insane. Like if you ate nothing but meat for a day, and then you woke up the next morning, I promise you're going to feel like a different person. It is nuts. The second key is to supercharge your brain. So once we got rid of all the bad stuff and we have no inflammation, we want to give our brain all the things it needs to go on full power, really to overclock your brain. So let's talk about that. The key to your brain is your gut. And no one talks about this. This is not mainstream. Why? Because all the food that they sell us destroys your gut, right? So what this means is if your gut is destroyed, even if you're eating the right things, you can't even absorb the vitamins. Even if you're eating all the right foods, you can't absorb them because they have to be absorbed through your gut. And if your gut is destroyed, it's not going to happen. So how do we fix it? Well, the first thing is you need to get rid of some things that are destroying it. And one is black coffee. That was destroying my gut. Oh, man. I love coffee so much, but I've been clean from it for months, and it feels so much better. It is insane because that coffee just is so harmful on your gut, especially if you're drinking it on an empty stomach like I was. And also, like we said, no chemical juices, none of these Diet Cokes, no sugary drinks. Like, just drink freaking water or kombucha. We're going to talk about that in a second. The next thing, obviously, is like not eat sugar, not eat carbs, no gluten, no really high carby starches and stuff like that. Like we said, focus on fatty meats and fruit, the good stuff. But if you're going to eat other things, just focus on not eating foods that have an ingredient list. Think about it. A potato is just a potato. There is no ingredient list. There's nothing they can do that really fricks it up. So you need to be eating foods that do not have ingredient lists. If you look at the ingredients and it sounds like a freaking encyclopedia, don't eat it. Just eat the simple ingredients, blueberries, potatoes, like things like that just have one ingredient. All right, this next point is so important. You do not need to miss this. No one is doing this, and it is an ancient hack that transformed my productivity forever. And I've been doing it every single day since then. And it is called the 4 Ks. The first is kefir, which is a type of milk which has bacteria in it that has eaten all of the bad like lactose out of the milk, and you get to drink the kefir and get all the good bacteria. This stuff saved my mental health, literally. It helped me get all my vitamins back in check. Like, I drink it every single day. So find yourself some kefir, preferably raw. If you can find raw kefir, it's actually not legal in most states, but it is OP. The next is to drink kombucha. You want to find kombucha that has no added sugars, and this stuff is so good. It tastes literally like a better version of soda, like a pack-a-punch version of soda. And the next is sauerkraut. So sauerkraut doesn't taste that great, but you could eat it with like sausages or hot dogs. It does okay with burgers too. And then the last one is kimchi. I don't really eat kimchi because I don't even know what it is. But yeah, those are the 4 Ks. If you're getting these, what happens is you're getting living organisms. You're repopulating your gut with healthy bacteria, which is going to help you break down the foods and actually absorb the vitamins. They're also going to produce serotonin, make you happier. They're going to produce all the chemicals you need to become insanely focused. And I want you to understand something, a big scam that people are told. Do not go out and just buy these probiotic pills. Think about it. These are living organisms, and you're buying them on a shelf in a little plastic pill bottle. How are they living? I mean, just don't do that, guys. You need to eat probiotics from living foods, things that are actually alive, like the 4 Ks we just talked about. So I want to make this very simple and show you exactly what I eat every single day. It's taking me like years to fine tune this to my body, but this is a great starting point for you to just try to achieve, okay? So the first thing I do is when I wake up, I do not have anything besides water, and then I'll heat up some water and put slippery elm in it. Slippery elm is like an ancient gut healing bark, and I think it tastes okay. It kind of tastes like dirt, but I mean, it's better than drinking water. So I mix that in my water and I have that, and then I fast until 12, so pretty much midday, and then I will have a pound of ground beef, 80-20, so I'm getting plenty of fat, and I'll put in raw, unpasteurized cheese into the meat and eat that. That's my lunch. And then for a little dessert after lunch is I have 6 ounces of kefir, raw kefir, with some organic blueberries mixed into it. And that is the perfect lunch. I eat it every single day. And then for dinner, actually for a snack, I'll have like some kombucha and maybe some cheese, kind of like towards the end of the day. And then for dinner, I'll usually do whatever me and my wife have planned. So it's always just a big serving of meat, fish, or eggs. And then I'll sometimes have like a sweet potato or some other carb like that that's not too bad. And then I'll always have fruit, tons of fruit. So yeah, that is what I eat every single day. That gives me the insane productivity. And if you implement even half of these like unknown secrets that I just shared with you, your productivity is going to skyrocket. And I can't wait to see what you accomplish with your new productivity. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in tomorrow's video.